Today we are going to be doing my April favorites. And I just realized looking in the viewfinder that I am so brave for wearing a sleeveless shirt when I am so flippin' pale. Like, I have got to get the self-tan game on, and I got to do it fast. So hopefully I'm not going to blind you in this video, but it is what it is because I'm not going to go change. And I've got hair sticking up everywhere. All right, so we're just going to jump right in. I only have a couple makeup favorites, and the rest are like hair care and brush and perfume. So we're just going to get right on in. I am going to do another mousse update because so many of y'all have asked for it. I will put down here the timestamp for when the actual favorite starts if you're not interested. But if you're new, Moose is my English Mastiff puppy. He is now 4 months and 1 week old. He is just a little over 50 pounds and continues to be the best dog ever. We're looking for some trainers just to do basic, obedience. So I will go into a clip real quick of him, and then we'll get back into the favorites. All right, stick. All right, here. 1, 2, 3, go.
Mom, what? And the grand finale. Wait, and the grand finale.
And he's out.
Mom, look. The grand finale. Stop. This is a baby. This is a big baby. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, so let's start off with the favorites. I'm going to start with the makeup stuff and then get into the other kind of random things. So the makeup stuff that I'm going to talk about, 2 of the kind of combinations I discovered while working on clients. I put up a picture a couple weeks ago of a bridal trial that I did, and I'll insert the picture here. I put it up on Instagram. And I feel like that's the best response that I've gotten from any client picture that I've posted on Instagram. And I 100% feel like it's because of her skin and how glowy and gorgeous her skin looked. And I wanted to share the kind of foundation combination that I used on her. She had combo skin. So I wanted to make sure, obviously, that I primed correctly. And that I also used some kind of mattifying foundation to help keep the oils at bay, but I did not want to compromise on the glow. So I decided to mix all 3 of these, and I did the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, and I used the color 40 on her. And I'm telling you the colors because a lot of people asked specifics on that picture, so I thought I would just go ahead and tell you in here. I did the Hyaluronic Skin Tint, Illusion Skin Tint from Hourglass. I cannot speak. And this is in the color beige. And then I put about a half to 3/4 of the pump of the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops. Marc Jacobs Dewdrops. I recently received these from Influencer, and while I love them as like a highlighter, or even a primer, I think that they work very, 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 very well, and they work best, in my opinion, mixed in with foundation. So this is actually the combination I have on my face today, and it was absolute perfection. I know this is high maintenance, and I know that a lot of y'all don't have these items. I'm just showing you what is my favorite for this month, and that if you do have these dewdrops, because I know a lot of people do, really try mixing them in with your foundation because I find that they work the best that way. Another thing that I started using in my kit, and honestly, I can never see myself being without this. I got this a long time ago. I don't know how. I think with like a gift with purchase, and then I also got one in my Beautylish Lucky bag or whatever, and I was going to sell it, but then I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll put it in my kit, and I'm so glad I did. It's the IT Cosmetics Brow Power, and it's in the color Universal Taupe, and I honestly don't think it comes in any other colors. At least when I looked on the IT Cosmetics website, it didn't. There are a couple reasons I love this pencil, one of which it does not have such a precise tiny tip that it's going to break. When it says Universal Taupe, it honestly is Universal Taupe. I have used this on blondes, and I've used it on hair that's darker than mine. It works so well, and I don't know, I feel like the size of the tip, which I hope is going to come through over the camera. It's not a triangle like some of the ones. It's not a tiny little point. It's just perfect to where you can do the hair-like strokes, or you can put it on its side and simply just brush it through the hairs to do a very quick fill-in. Now, another reason I adore this, and some people may not find this to be an issue, but when I'm working fast and I did a wedding last week with 9 faces and I was by myself. So when I've got that many faces and I'm on obviously a time schedule, I have to be sure that my products are efficient. And one of the reasons this is so efficient is that each top for the spoolie, which I do really like the spoolie, and the product are the same size. Now, why that is so important is because I cannot tell you how many times I have used my NYX brow pencils, which I do really like. They're a lot skinnier, and I've taken the spoolie end top, which is shorter than the product end, and I put it on the product end, therefore smushing the product that may have been not rolled down. I've wasted so much of the actual pencil by doing that, so I appreciate more than anyone will ever know that the tops are the same size. So if you have that, or if you're needing a new brow pencil, I really recommend that one. I cannot speak highly enough. Okay, another one is a primer combination. Now, the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer is not new to me or on the market. Neither one of these are. However, this one, I just never found myself using. I have probably 8 of these small ones because I feel like there for a while, that's the only sample that Ulta would send you with their packages were these Smashbox foundation primers. But what I did was I got this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Now, if you don't know, I freelance for Smashbox sometimes, so I'm not new to these products on other people, but I honestly have never combined them. I got this in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and really I got it for like a refresher spray throughout the day, but I decided to combine them, use this first, do my eye makeup, let it sink in, and then I put this on before my foundation, and honestly, I cannot speak highly enough of this. I think I've used it probably 3/4 of the month, this combination. I've almost gone through an entire one of these. There's something about how they work together that really does do wonders for your pores, do wonders for the smoothness of your skin and the actual foundation application, and do wonders for how the foundation sits on your skin. I don't know what's so important about this, and I was a huge skeptic for so long because I was like, it's water. But you know what? Fix Plus is water too, and I still love it for its own purpose. So, you know, I decided it's 50% off. I'm going to try it, and I'm so glad I did. These are great separate, but they are amazing together. So if you have those two, give them a try. Okay, apparently I had more makeup products than I thought, but I do only have one more. This was sent to me by Octoly, but it's not the first time I've tried it. So rest assured that I have tried this more than a couple times. It's actually what I have on my face today, and it's the Lancome Absolue Powder. I was sent 2 colors. I was sent the Absolute Golden, which is what I have used before. In fact, I used this, I have a sample of it that I've been working through, and I used it in the La Mer dupe video. And then they also sent me Absolute Peche, P-E-C-H-E. And today I have the Absolute Peche on. This is a little bit of a better color for me right now because it is just, can see, maybe you can see, I can't even tell if that's focusing, but it is a more pale color than the golden, which is almost like a dark pink. It doesn't come across that way on the skin. I wanted to include them because ever since I've gotten them and used the Peche, I've just fallen in love with it all over again. I appreciated the golden color, and I think it will work for me really well in the summer. But the Peche is such a nice color on me now, and this powder is not for oily skin girls. I want to preface that. I do not believe it is. That's the color of the Peche. It's so finely milled, and when you put it into your skin, or when you buff it in or pat it in, however you want to apply your powder, it honestly, I feel like I'm touching some like 100% silk pajamas right now. Like, it leaves the most beautiful, soft, silky finish, and it does have a sheen to it. It's a very slight sheen, but that's one of the reasons I compared it to the La Mer powder, because so does the original La Mer. Now, the reason I say it's not for oily skin, because it does provide a glow. I like to wear it over more matte foundations, or today, you know, the matte foundation mixed with the other foundations. it works well with that too. If you do have oily skin and want to try it, the only thing I would suggest is to not put it on your oiliest parts. So like if you're oily in the T-zone, I would use a different powder to set that, and then maybe just put this on your cheeks and, you know, where you're not as oily for that really gorgeous glow. But I really have been enjoying this because y'all know I'm all about the glow lately. So again, Pesh is what I'm loving right now, and I think I'll really get a lot of use out of the golden. So I want to thank Lancome and Octoly for sending me that, because that was a fun gift to get. Okay, real quick, we're going to have 3 kind of random things. The first is perfume, and I've been talking a lot lately about how I've just been on a perfume kick, and I just love perfumes now. Like before I would have like 4 perfumes, 3 perfumes, and I would never finish them, but I don't know why, but I'm on a kick. These are the 2 that I've loved so much this month. This first one is from Scentbird, because the original is so stinking expensive, but it is the Mon by Guerlain. And it smells, I don't want to spray it on me because I have something else on that I'm testing out, but it smells so, I don't know, like, I'm not a floral person. I don't like floral scents, okay? I like sweet and sexy scents. That's, I want to smell like cake, but I want Chad to be like, oh, you smell like cake. You know, like that kind of scent. This is kind of like the perfect scent for me. I can't explain it. I'm not even going to try. But I definitely would, I'll link it down below. Check it out and spray it the next time you're in Sephora, because it's amazing. The other one that I've been loving is the Clean Skin. Clean is the brand. Skin is the name of the perfume. I adore 500 times over the Clean Blonde Rose. It's one of my absolute favorite scents ever. I have quite a few little tiny roller balls that I'm trying to make my way through. So when I saw this, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. Because they said it was like sultry and yeah, sexy, and that's what it is. It's like fresh skin. It has a little touch of masculinity to it, which I love. I like to have a little bit of masculine scent to my perfumes. Again, I'm not going to try to explain it, but I do suggest you checking it out if you like the kind of same scents that I've described me liking. Those are the 2 that I've just been using nonstop. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. Okay, real quick, it's a brush. This is the Morphe E8 brush. Now, this is technically, I think it's called like a contour brush or something. It's like this. This one's been used and washed quite a bit, so they don't come as flared out. I have 5 of these. I'm going to tell you why I have 5 of them. I had the original one that wasn't even this, didn't have the red top to it, and I pulled it out at a job one day because honestly, I didn't have time to clean brushes. I was out of like dense foundation brushes, and I pulled this out to apply the foundation, and holy cow. It may take a little bit longer because it's smaller, but it buffs that foundation in. I didn't even have to go over it with a sponge to like blend it into the skin. There were no streak marks, no nothing. So I came home promptly after that job and ordered 4 more, and I used them on every single client to apply their foundation. Most of the time I don't have to blend it out or like, you know, use a sponge to kind of pat it in. Most of the time I can just use this, but it gives an airbrushed effect. So I wanted to tell you about that because I love it. Okay, 2 more things. So much for a shorter video, y'all. I just can't do it. I can't do it. It's not in me. This is a foundation and conditioner foundation, a shampoo, you know where my head's at. Shampoo and conditioner combo that I got a sample of. I want to say, where'd I get a sample of it? I want to say in like my Walmart beauty box that comes for like $5 every quarter. And I would never have tried it had I not run out of the shampoo that I was using. I was using the Kenra thickening shampoo, and I ran out, and I hadn't had a chance to repurchase anything, so I used that sample. Now, let me tell you what it is first. It's the Ken Pave's You Are Beautiful Volumizing Shampoo and Conditioner. Now, Ken Pave's, I don't know if I saw him on like, what was that show on TLC? What to Wear? What Would You Wear? It had Stacey London, was it? I don't know, I'm talking to myself, but it was a long time ago, like when I was in high school and college. I would watch that show, and I feel like he was the hairdresser on that, or he was the hairdresser on some kind of show. Well, now he has his own line, and it's for fine hair, adds fullness and body, paraben sulfate free, and contains 100% essential oils. So, the 100% essential oils may turn some people off because it is very natural smelling. Like, it smells like essential oils. Like if you go into somebody who is an oily, not an oily girl, but someone who loves oils, you know, all those essential oils, and they diffuse them in their house or their room, and you go into it and you're like, okay, I smell essential oils. That's kind of what this smells like. And it does not lather up. So when I first thought, I'm like, oh, when I first used it in the shower, I'm like, I'm gonna hate this. I'm not even gonna be able to get my brush through my hair. And when I dry my hair, honestly, never been softer. Never. So and it stayed clean. Like, I only wash my hair every 3 days, but most of the time I have to use dry shampoo on the 3rd day. I didn't have to with this. Like, it stayed clean, it stayed volumized, and it stayed soft. So I'm rotating this with one other shampoo and conditioner, which I'll probably talk about next month. But they're very, very reasonably priced too. I think I got both of them for $25, and they're 8.5 ounces. So, and I'm getting water rolling down my arm. So they're reasonably priced, and I would totally check it out. He has obviously some that aren't volumizing and for different hair types and stuff. Okay, this is probably my favorite item of the month, and it is the Clio, I lost the box. It's the Clio shaver, handheld shaver. If you don't know, I'm very open about how I shave my face. I have extreme hereditary peach fuzz that I have to keep up with at least once a week, if not twice a week. My clippers that I have used in videos before that I've shown you, the whole head of it like popped off. And I couldn't get it back on, so I'm like, I just have to go buy something. Well, when I went to the store, the clippers that I did use were like $45. And I'm like, man, I don't really want to spend $45. And then I saw this right next to it for $9.99. Now, obviously, it's geared for women, and it has this. You can hang it up in your shower, but I don't. Because of the colors and stuff, it's geared for women. It had women packaging, but it also had the, you know, underarms and legs. So I don't really think they market it to shave your face, but it works wonders to shave your face. I mean, it's the closest shave that I have gotten with any clippers, anything other than like a straight razor. And some people just aren't comfortable using a straight razor. So I highly recommend this. I got it at Kroger by the other clippers. And like I said, it was $9.99. And it's so close. Now, it does, I think it's this part right here. There's a little bit of uncomfortableness to it when you can feel, but I like that. Like, I like for it to hurt a little bit because I want to know it's pulling that sucker out from the root, which I don't think it is, but, you know, I want it to feel like that. And I can almost, like, hear it shaving. I don't know. So gross. And I know it's too much information, but if you have the same problem and if you're worried about shaving your face, you don't want to, I mean it, shave your face. You have to shave your face because it will not grow back darker, thicker. I've been doing it for years. I can promise you it does not grow back darker or thicker. And it really benefits your skincare. It sinks in deeper, it's more effective, and your makeup looks better on a shaved face. Trust me, I have worked on some hairy faces before, and it's not easy to get a smooth, flawless finish when you have a lot of peach fuzz that you're dealing with. So I would totally check that out. They might have it at Walmart. I don't know if you don't have Kroger's. I'm sure whoever you do have will have something similar. But again, this is the Clio, and I will try to find it online and link it down below. So that is all of my favorites for the month of April. I feel like it was a good little mix. I've got so much new stuff, like from the haul that I did last week, that I'm obviously trying out a ton of new stuff, so I'm sure I'll have another huge favorites next month. But until then, I want to know what your favorite item was for the month of April. And we are getting into summer, y'all. My kids get out of school in a couple weeks. I'm going on a cruise in like a month. I'm so excited. And I really got to get some sun before I do it. So I'm going to go research some self-tanners right now and leave you at the end of this video. But I do appreciate you watching. I hope you like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you all have a very blessed day.